to another episode of Between You and Me. Things are looking a little holly jolly over here, if I do say so myself. If you guys are watching on YouTube, I've decided to match the theme with my outfit, and I want the vibe to be a little Christmassy, a little happy, a little jolly. So we are wearing my ugly Christmas sweater, and not only is it ugly, it's a little questionable because it says Jingle My Bells. And I did get this Christmas sweater so long ago, and I forgot I had it, and I have a Christmas party coming up this weekend, and I'm like, it's ugly Christmas sweater themed. What do I have? I looked in my closet, I found this bad boy, and I said, let's just wear it for my holiday episode, because why not? But anyways, today, obviously, clearly, we're doing a Christmas episode, and not only Christmas, but just holiday themed, kind of end of year themed, because we are a week away when this episode airs from Christmas and from the holiday season. So I think it's very fitting that we talk all things holiday. We have a really fun, relaxed, chilled out episode where we kind of get into the deets of the holiday season and kind of how to address the chaos of it all. And then I just want to chat to you guys about little things about the holidays, activities, wish list things, what to buy for presents, just, all the fun things that comes down to the holidays. This is going to be a little bit more rant styled, but I don't really have much to rant about when it comes to the holidays, so I don't want to call it a rant episode. But it's definitely not in my regular themed episodes of like how deep I get sometimes. Like, this is going to be very much casual and fun. I do want to say that because of me scheduling this season throughout the holidays, I probably will take another week and not post the day of Christmas because it falls on Wednesday and that's when I post. And then the following week is New Year's, so I need to really figure out what I'm going to do in terms of the posting dates. Of course, I'm recording this in advance, so I don't know yet as I'm recording. But I will keep you guys updated on the Instagram, which is at Between You and Me Podcast. So don't forget to go over there and follow just to keep up to date to when the episodes are coming out. And of course, I also ask you guys to ask me questions over there. So if it ever comes down to any episodes where I need your questions, like quick ones, then I'll go to there. Or if I haven't posted on there for a while, you guys can always send in your questions to questionsbetweenyouandme@gmail.com. I'm always checking it so that I can keep up to date with you guys if you have any qualms or queries to speak about. But getting on to what we are going to talk about today. It's a very, very gloomy day. I woke up this morning. It's gray outside. It's snowing. We've officially crossed into the holiday season. I can really feel it now. I'm starting to get mentally into the Christmas vibe. Last weekend, I went with my boyfriend to this place up north where they have a nice little beach town and Christmas lights, Christmas activities, little marketplace basically, and it was so cute and I loved it. But we were freezing, so we stayed for such a short period of time, and it was my first kind of Christmas activity for this season. So it's really brought me into the spirit, brought me into the vibes, and I really, really do love Christmas. Even for those of you guys that might not celebrate Christmas for what it is as a religious day, it is also just the meaning of it, in my opinion, is so nice in terms of the fact that it's really centered around spending time with the people that you love and giving and just holly jolliness, truly. And I'm happy to set my intentions for this portion of the year to slow down a lot more, because I think as a collective, for some reason, the world kind of decided at the end of the year, we're all going to slow down and we're going to finally take time for ourselves when we've been overloaded and pushing ourselves to the max throughout the whole entire year for 12 months straight. Now we're going to focus on ourselves, which, you know what? I'll take whatever chance I can get to kind of calm down and have that time frame for myself. So I'll take it, truly. And I think we should all take it, because realistically, the holidays and like what I'm going to talk about in this episode is like surviving the holidays truly, because it can be very daunting and it can be very like overwhelming with how much you have to think about. And although we put it in our minds that this is like the end of the year, it's time for us to relax, it can be just as stressful, just in different ways. So I guess this is kind of your guide in some way, shape, or form on how to be a little bit more relaxed this holiday season, because I'm going to give you some easy, quick fixes for questions that you might have in terms of what to do during the holidays, how to recharge, gift ideas, so on and so forth. But we're going to start off with things to do during the holidays, because now that we have a little bit more time to ourselves, hopefully, I think a lot of us get time off work, businesses close down for a certain amount of time, and or you take your holiday, or if you work for yourself, you might schedule time off, which I hope you guys are doing. I'm going to do that for myself as well. Give yourself a time to chill out, at least a week. Honestly, a week. That's not a lot. I think you guys can do it. If you work for yourselves, give yourself a break, okay? Because I'm going to do it. I'm going to hold myself accountable to not really doing a lot of work during the week. I might do a little bit, but not that much. Okay, so here are some of my ideas. I'm excited. Okay, I love anything to do with the holidays, anything to do with Christmas lights and or Christmas festivities. So if you're in the Toronto area, listen up. We have obviously the Christmas market in Distillery District. Literally, there's so much going on there. Apparently, like one of my friends went over this past weekend and she was like, it was crazy. So, I mean, it's fun. It's a good vibe, but it can get a little bit intense and a little bit crazy. And I'm sure whatever city you guys are living in, you have something along the lines of a Christmas market. So check it out if you're down for the hectic nature of it, because the more popular it gets, the more people are going to be there, the more expensive everything's going to be. So be prepared. I went like 2 years ago. I had such a good time. I went with my friends and it was expensive, but one of my friends told me she spent $18 on a hot chocolate. Yikes. Frightening. I don't know how that's okay. That's like not all right for me, but whatever. We have the Distillery District. We have a lot of smaller events in bars, in restaurants where they're doing evenings for Christmas, styled things. There's Casa Loma doing a Christmas, event, I think in the evenings or maybe just the weekends. You'll have to check that out. I've never been, but I saw it on like people's stories and it looked really cool. We have just simply Christmas lights. I used to do this a lot. I used to go just hop in the car and go to nice neighborhoods, because I'm sure like if you guys have lived in your area for a minute, you'll know where the bougie houses are. And with the bougie houses comes the beautiful Christmas lights. And sometimes just driving through a Tim Hortons, getting a hot chocolate, getting a tea, and then going through the Christmas lights, it's really just a fun thing to do. You could even park your car and go on a walk down the street. I'm literally going to do it. I'm going to tell my boyfriend we're going to do that this weekend. Another thing is, I know that this is really popular. They have these like drive-through Christmas light ceremony kind of things. I wouldn't actually call it a ceremony, more so like a I don't know what the word is, just like a drive-through Christmas light setup. You hop in you know what, these might have been more popular during COVID times because we literally couldn't be in public areas, so everyone would have to be in their car. But I'm sure these still exist. You buy yourself a ticket. It's not too expensive. It might be 20 something bucks here. And you are able to see the really cute lights, and you can have up to 5 people obviously in your car, and then you go through and you watch the beautiful Christmas lights. I really, really like Christmas lights, clearly. One thing that I got into about 2 years ago is ice skating. And I know it can be a little daunting for the people who don't know how to ice skate, but if you actually spend time and go frequently, which it's not expensive to ice skate, if you guys go and get a pair of skates off of Facebook Marketplace. I've been telling my friends this because I'm like, you guys need to get on my wave. You need to get on my level, because ever since I started dating my boyfriend, he used to play hockey when he was a kid. So he's very good at skating and he has his own ice skates, and was pressuring me please, can we go ice skating? I learned how to ice skate when I was a child, but I wouldn't say I'm like really amazing. Like I can definitely skate, but like not, I can't go backwards. I can't turn. I can't like do a lot of things that you should be able to do. But I was like, okay, yeah, sure. Let's do it. Let's go ice skating. And then I looked on Facebook Marketplace. I paid $20 for a pair of skates. My boyfriend went and got them sharpened, which I think is like $7 at like a regular skate shop. And then I went on the ice. And it's one of my favorite like random winter activities, because once it starts to snow, once we get to the temperature where it freezes, you can go to any public skating location. It's basically free if it's not like some insanely beautiful ice skating. Like I've never had to pay for an outdoor public skating rink before. You might only have to pay like a couple dollars to go into the indoor ones that are like public skating in those like community centers, you know what I mean? Which I've done a couple times as well. But the real joy of it is to be outside, is to like bundled up, get in your cute little skating outfit, but dress warm, get your gloves on, double layer your socks, and just go skating. And honestly, it's so much fun, like especially with your significant other, but obviously if you don't have one, like going with your friends is such a joyous activity. And I've been trying to tell my friends to just go on Facebook Marketplace and get a pair of skates, because the chances of you being able to rent are going to happen only in like really, really popular areas. And you don't want to rent skates and skate in a popular area because you're not really going to be able to skate. Like I know there's the Toronto Sign skate rink like downtown. I've never been, but anyone who's been has said like it's so insanely packed, and you have to rent skates for like $20 anyways. Imagine just buying it once and then never having to rent again. It's really great. And I don't know if this is a good thing, but I keep my skates in my trunk all year round, so it doesn't matter where I am, I'll be able to skate. I'm basically the perfect example of a Canadian woman. Sorry. Now, of course, we have skiing. I don't want to like talk too much because I feel like I talked about ice skating for way too long, but skiing's a really good one. It's definitely more pricey in comparison, but you're really gonna have like a whole day with it, couple days, even if you get like a Airbnb somewhere. In Ontario, we have Blue Mountain, we have a lot of different areas in Barrie. If you want to go crazy, you go over to a different province, you go over to Quebec and you'll have even better mountains. Really good. I learned how to ski in Switzerland. I grew a really, really deep fear of it. I literally just said I wasn't gonna rant, but I guess we're ranting today. Sorry, I take back everything I said. But I grew up in Switzerland. I learned how to ski there. In the school that I went to, we would have ski camp every year. And when I lived there, the first year I moved, I was 7 years old. So the first year I went to ski camp, I was 8, which is a really young age to go away for a week into the middle of nowhere and stay at like a chalet with your whole like year group, and every day have to learn how to ski with a ski instructor, with like kids you don't know, because they separate you through like your skills of skiing. So like I didn't have any friends in my skill group because they all kind of knew how to ski, and I was a beginner. I was falling on my ass every single day. And at school, before the trip happened, they would hold these like assemblies, and they would tell us to be really careful when we went to ski camp, because there were kids who had died going to ski camp before. Like they used one example of a girl who was in like the 5th grade who fell off the side of the mountain and died, as an example for us to stay safe. And you can imagine, like I was an anxious kid. I was like internally crying the whole day. So anyways, I really developed a really big fear of skiing, and I really didn't like it. And since I had moved from Switzerland, I moved when I was like 14 years old. All through until 2 years ago, I had never put on another pair of skis. I was too traumatized. Like my friends had asked me to go on ski trips. Like at my high school here in Canada, they had like a cross country ski trip to go on just for like the day, and I like opted out of it. I'm like, no, I'm good. Even though it's cross country, like you're barely on a freaking mountain. But I said, no, it's okay. I'm okay. Thank you though. And 2 years ago, I decided to get back on my skis, and I went on the green slopes, which are the babiest ones, and it was okay. It wasn't that bad. It really wasn't that bad. I was scared, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't bad. It was nice to do it with my friends because I have one friend who's really not good at skiing. And she fell, I'm not even kidding, probably 15 times. So when you're around people who are in the same level as you don't get as intimidated. You know that you guys will all stay safe together and go on the baby slopes. So I recommend, and I hope I get the chance to ski this year. I know sometimes it's just like expensive and like you need to get your friends together or whoever you're going with together, rent all your equipment and stuff like that. But anyways, I thought that was just a funny story. Sorry, I'll carry on now. Another activity that you guys could get into is volunteering for the holidays. I think I definitely want to do some research and see in what ways I can volunteer. I think it's good to volunteer at all times. Don't get me wrong. I volunteered before. I volunteered at a lot of cat shelters, which I really liked. But the busier I've gotten, the less I've been able to. And I honestly haven't done that in a really long time. And I feel very bad about it. But I would like to, and I feel like you gain like such a sense of like just wholesomeness that we forget that we can even do that. I don't know about you guys, but I know I do. Sometimes I forget like, yeah, I can go and volunteer. Like, come on. It's also not many hours you're spending doing it. It's not like you're taking up the time that you could be working or whatever it is. But it is the time frame to go and do that because I feel like now we have more time. We have more time to go out of our way to do things that we don't really get the chance to normally do. So I personally am going to look online. You just look up the city that you live in and see the volunteering opportunities and go for it. I'd love to volunteer at the cat shelter again, but we'll see. I haven't talked to them in a while. I don't know if they need me anymore. Okay, so those are our outdoor activities, but there are a lot of indoor activities. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes it gets to the point where you're so lazy, you're so sick of the cold, you're so not in the mood to put on 12 layers that indoor activities sound a lot more fun. Of course, we can start off with a movie marathon. There's so many good Christmas movies, and now's the time to get your snacks, your popcorn, your Christmas lights on, put your tree up, get your decor ready, and pop on some Christmas movies for the evening. Have a little marathon with your family, with your friends, with your boyfriend, girlfriend, and enjoy your cat, your dog. Have some fun. We've got hella Christmas movies. I don't even feel the need to tell them because you can literally just look up Christmas movies on Netflix. But of course, Home Alone, The Grinch, Polar Express. I actually I'm really in the mood to rewatch Polar Express because I can't even remember the last time I watched it, and I feel like that one would really get me in the Christmas spirit. Something I really want to do is do gingerbread houses. Moving on, baking, cooking. I've been really getting into cooking lately. Just in like this past year, maybe a little bit more, I've spent a lot more time being more interested in different genres of cuisine. I don't know if that's the right word, but yeah, different cultures, what they use, their spices, their seasonings, and trying out different recipes that I've tried before and trying to like match it, the tastiness level. So for me, it's very much cooking. I'm not a baker, but I think baking is very much more holiday centered. But obviously, whatever you want, new recipes, taking the time to feed the people around you, getting excited for what you're going to make for the holiday season, what you're going to contribute to your holiday dinner. I think that's really fun as well. Lastly, I think game nights. Bro, I love a freaking good game night. One of my friend groups is so good at like hosting game nights, and we all get together and we bring all the game, like whoever has game boards, we bring fun. And then you get a little holiday cocktail or whatever you guys have. And we also do Secret Santa, which is my favorite freaking part of Christmas. I have like 3 different Secret Santa groups, and your budget never has to be that high. Like, it's completely up to what all of you guys want to do. Like, I think I have like $30 budgets for a couple of them. And honestly, it's just such a good vibe. I totally recommend Secret Santa. There's something so fun about not knowing who has you and like you being able to like scheme up what you're going to get this person without them knowing. It's so good. So fun. I love Secret Santa. All right. So those are my kind of holiday ideas on what you guys could spend your time doing. Of course, with all these activities, with all these fun things that you're doing, you also need to obviously make the time to recharge. This is your chance to really kind of take a step back from, like I said before, the hecticness of life and how hard we're working all the time, and set new intentions, be more present with yourself, be more mindful of the year that you've had, what went right, what went wrong, and kind of set yourself up for a good next year ahead. As much as I have talked about kind of being very self-reflective just all the time in my episodes, it's also important to be realistic, and sometimes life moves so fast that you don't really get the chance to stop all the time and to reflect and to fix certain parts of yourself that you want to fix, or heal different areas of yourself and like work towards the area that you want to be in your life, or like as a person. So taking the time to do it now, setting the actual intention and almost time frame for you to do it is good. And it's definitely something that I'm going to do, because as much as I talk about it, I do slack a lot on sitting down and journaling and, setting my goals, setting my intentions on what I want for my next couple months, or next year, whatever it is. And I even have a letter that I wrote to myself last year, which I'm excited to read. I'm going to read it like right before the end of the year, and then write myself a new one, which I think is really fun and also makes you think more about what you want your next year to look like. Because if you're anything like me, I think there can be two different types of people when it comes to this. Like, you'll either be the type of person like myself who kind of strays away from thinking about that, and you get a little bit nervous about the future, so your mind is a little bit more focused on like the next couple weeks, the next couple months, not the next couple years. But you need to push yourself out of your comfort zone, and you need to be thinking about these things if you want to have certain goals that you want to meet. I think I have this like internal fear of not reaching certain goals, so I don't like to set them. But that's the reality of things. It doesn't mean you're going to check off 100% of the things that you put on your like goals for the next year, but it doesn't mean that you're going to do everything you can to work towards it. And I think that's still something to be proud of and something to celebrate, which brings me to that. During this time frame of reflection, I think sitting down and looking at all that you've done this year, all that you've accomplished, whether it be the smallest things or the biggest things, is so good to take the time to celebrate for yourself. Because again, like I said, if you did make these goals for your previous year and you didn't check all of them off, that doesn't mean you should feel bad about it. I think if anything, you should consider the hardships, the good times, the stressful times, and how you were able to get through all of it. And you're still here to this day to be able to tell the tale, literally, and to be able to look into the future for more things that you can do. So yeah, I'm saying all of this like literally as a reminder to myself too, because I do end up in sometimes an end of the year funk because I'm not proud enough of myself for the things that I've done. Just because, I don't know, I guess like you see yourself in a certain area of your life, and then if you're not quite exactly where you think you are, you're disappointed. Instead of looking at how far you actually did get and being like, holy shit, congratulations, Alex. Or like to yourself, obviously, like, congratulations for even getting to this point, because you didn't start here. You know what I mean? Like, you made that progress. Even if it went down and up and down and up again, you made the progress, you did the work, you're here right now. You still can do better, but lucky for us, we have some more time on our hands, right? I also think this is a good time to map out the rest of the year. If you have a couple weeks left and you're figuring out like where you want to spend your time, what do you want to do with it, it's a good time to figure out how you would like to close off the chapter of this year and where you want to place your attention. So like mapping that out, scheduling that out, and then also kind of creating a framework, I guess, of how you want your next year to look like. The first couple weeks, first couple months would be pretty beneficial as well. I also think I'm going to be a lot more diligent on some digital detox days, taking time for myself throughout the last couple weeks of December. I'm so chronically staring at a piece of technology for so many hours in the day in my life, and I really need to look at some trees and to look at the sky, for real. I need that for myself. That's so sad. But yeah, so I'm going to schedule some detox days. You might not hear from me for a couple days, but that's not that deep. Honestly, I'm always here. Clearly, I'm never freaking leaving. But yeah, I think that's very important. Detox, guys, for real. People are going to be less online this holiday season anyways, so don't worry about it. If you're worried you're going to miss something, you're not going to miss anything. Lastly, I think when it comes to mindsets, it can be really hard to let go of not being so productive over the holiday season. Last year, I had I don't know what happened to me, honestly. I think my work life was very difficult last year because I was managing so much with a really bad schedule and not prioritizing my work to a certain extent, but then feeling really bad about it, but then doing nothing to change it. It's a long story. I wasn't on my game last year. I think this year I've made wild improvements in my effective productivity, not draining productivity. I still have a lot of work to do on it, but last year when it came down to the last couple weeks of December, I was freaking out over the fact that I felt like I didn't produce enough content on YouTube. So within the last couple weeks, I was stressing to get stuff up, and it ate up my relaxation time. And I was so bummed out at the end of it. I'm what am I doing? I'm burning myself out to just put a piece of content out that I wasn't really that excited about. I just thought people would want to watch it, so I'm gonna make it really quick, shove it all into a couple days and edit and upload, when it didn't come from my heart. It didn't have any enjoyment in it, truly. I mean, a little bit of enjoyment. It wasn't terrible, but yeah, it was one of those things. So you can use that example in your own life. If you're scrambling to do something productive just to feel productive, it's not necessary. Be okay with not being productive and let go of the guilt that comes with that, because like I said at the beginning, if there's one time frame in the year that people have collectively decided it's a time to slow down, it's this time right now. Okay, so switching gears, to reduce a little bit of stress in your life and to reduce a little bit of things that you might be having to think about in this holiday season, I'm going to give you guys gift ideas. Okay, so I've separated these into categories. This is for my girlies, okay? And there's so many more, by the way. You can literally go onto Pinterest and look for ideas through there, but these are the ones that I would like to get as well. So I thought, I'll share with you guys the things that I want. Why not? You can also take these as examples of what to add to your own wish list, of course, but right now I'm thinking of ideas for you guys to give to others. Okay, so whether or not you have a female friend, a girly who you're giving a present to, a sister-in-law, a girlfriend, these are all gifts that I think are really fun and fresh. PJ sets. You can literally never go wrong with PJ sets. I want so many PJ sets, but it's something that I feel weird to spend my money on because literally no one's going to see it. So why am I going out of my way to buy it? But the way that I want to feel so comfy and cute and collected at night, but why are they $80? I don't know. You might catch them on sale, or you might just go to Old Navy or, a place that won't be $1,000. I also see a lot of cute PJs at Walmart, so don't play around. I might be getting me and my boyfriend a matching set as an addition to his Christmas present because I think that that's a genius idea. So PJ set, Uggs. Uggs have been in. And it's not just the UGG Ultra Minis. It's the UGG Tasmans. It's the platform UGG Tasmans. It's the UGG slippers. The Uggs are unmatched and undupable, if I do say so myself. You can't get a dupe of an UGG and think that looks really good. You can't. So UGG has done something so special by being so one of a kind and being so hard to duplicate. So Uggs of any kind, I think if your girlfriend, your female friend, whoever it is, your sister, shows any interest in Uggs, those are a great, like, you just can't fail with them. When it comes to beauty and cosmetics, right now I've been seeing Rhode products everywhere and I've been hearing a lot of good things. I've never tried any myself, so this is definitely something I would want to have and or give to another girly. I think the lip product, you guys know which one I'm talking about. I just forget what it's called. The Rhode lip gloss, I think it is, lip oil, I don't know. And the Rhode blush sticks look so good. I might even put that on my own wish list because there's something about a lip product and a cheek product that you can't go wrong with. I think any girl is going to appreciate one or the other or both. I think perfumes, if you're stumped and you don't know what to get a girl, perfumes are so perfect because you can never not want one. You can never not be happy to receive one. Smelling good is the ideal position to be in. And the only difficult part about a perfume is you are going to need to know someone's like scent palette, the scents that they enjoy more, or you're going to need to literally ask for a specific perfume that they want. But regardless of that, I think that that's a really, really good present. And you can also, oh my gosh, you can also get kits. Last year, Mariella received for Christmas from her Secret Santa this kit that I think that they sell at Shoppers, and they might still do it this year, but it comes with like 10 or 12 mini-sized perfumes, and when you make the purchase of the kit, the person who receives it can try out all the perfumes and then come back to Shoppers and get the full size of one of the perfumes that they choose. The most genius like product selling thing I've ever seen. Dr. Jart face masks. I just went to a Korean skincare store a couple weekends ago, purchased some, and I remember how much I love them because I hadn't been using them in a while. They're so good. I don't know. So good. I think Dr. Jart is Korean, by the way. Not 100% sure. If you have a girly who needs some tech, there is, I feel like headphones you can never really fail with. An ultra human ring. The one on my thingy right here. I have a 10% discount code. Alex Adams 10. This is not sponsored. I just thought I should add that one in. For your boyfriend, if you have a gamer boy, keyboard, headphones, or a mouse. Solid. I feel like if you have a gamer boyfriend, like myself, by the way, I got my boyfriend a new headset, like gaming headset. He already freaking knows that he's getting it because he specifically asked me for a specific one. But that's what I got him for Christmas. So yeah, it's also an investment. They're going to be using it for however many years. Like it's a good thing to have. If you have a gym boy, I also have a gym boy, but he already has all his gym stuff, so I don't need to give him anything. Athletic wear, Lululemon has really good men's athletic wear. Sneakers, go into freaking Foot Locker or wherever, get your man a good pair of gym sneakers. If you're not too sure, if they do a lot of weightlifting, get something with thin soles because that's what you need. When you're weightlifting, if they're a runner, get something with good cushiony soles to protect their feet. Yeah. Massage gun. I want a massage gun so badly. But if you do have one of those gym boys, athletic boys, if they're not going to get like professional massages, then I think a massage gun would be a really good investment for them, because if someone who goes to the gym like 2 or 3 times a week, is so uncomfortably sore, then I'm sure they are. Okay, so for the artsy fashion boys, shoes, pants, jackets, sunglasses, watches. Those were my ideas because I think you have to think about the things that are not that easy to come by, that might be a little bit more pricey and like they might have not purchased themselves, you know? A shirt, a sweater, a pant. Like I feel like they can go out of their way and get it for themselves, especially if they're fashion boys. But a pair of shoes, a special pair of shoes, a jacket, some sunglasses, some accessories, like maybe they didn't buy that for themselves yet. So it's your chance. Okay, so the last one I got is for your parents and or significant other. This can also go for a grandparent, an aunt, and uncle. I think when it comes to these people in your lives, you need to go for the like very the very useful present, the thing that will actually make their lives better. Because chances are a parent, a grandparent, an aunt, and uncle, if they want a new freaking shoe, they're going to buy it themselves. So going for the things that they actually need and that maybe they haven't gotten themselves yet is a really good way to go. If you're thinking about appliances, I have 2 really good ideas. A coffee machine, if you have a coffee drinker, and or a kettle, I guess we could do for someone who has a tea loving personality. And this one might be obvious, but an air fryer. I think air fryers literally change people's lives. So if you know someone who doesn't have one, like literally get them an air fryer. I think customized things are really nice. A customized cutting board, maybe a knife set, a set of pans, like things that are in the kitchen that might need to be replaced are really good. An idea that I had and then I also saw on Pinterest, like everywhere, that I actually also want myself is a coffee mug warmer. So it's basically like a little kind of like coaster almost that is electronic. So it warms up and or / keeps your coffee warm, which I think is genius. Because when I'm working from home, I drink my coffee in a thermos because you drink your coffee like slowly but surely, you know, like you don't drink it in one gulp. At least I don't. So when it slowly turns lukewarm and then cold and you haven't finished it yet, it's just not a lovely experience. So that's a really good, and I literally put it on my own Christmas wish list, but that's a really good present for a parent, I feel like. Blankets, robes, things that you can put in the house, hold in terms of decorations, pillows, that's really convenient. And lastly, for the parent, I think a really good one is something that they can start a new hobby with. I don't know about you guys, but I'm very hyper fixated on keeping my parents active, and I don't know if that's like a good thing or I'm like over worrying, but I like for them to stay youthful and to be able to enjoy their lives. So I think something like a pickleball set, a tennis set, a membership somewhere, golf balls. Like I literally have gotten my dad like a ticket for like 100 golf balls one time at a driving range, which that was like many, many years ago. But yeah, things that have to do with activities, sport activities, membership somewhere that they can go and be a little active is really fun. And obviously, if they already have a hobby, adding to that hobby, getting them things for that hobby is good as well. And if you're thinking about last minute things that are not that expensive, things that won't need a lot of monetary necessity, I think DIY gifts are so nice. My boyfriend and I have like created not a rule, but like a tradition, I guess, that for our anniversary, which is New Year's Day, we only give each other like handmade gifts for our anniversary, because it's partially because we're right in between Christmas and then his birthday and Valentine's Day. And also because it's like, I don't know, I feel like I don't need like a random gift on an anniversary. I feel like it's more so like a chance to show your love. But regardless, a DIY present kind of has that same intention. It's a lot more heartfelt and a little bit more personalized. So let's say you don't have a huge budget. It could be a very crafty present. Like I spent a week, maybe a little bit more last year, getting all my crafting materials together. This was for my anniversary, but same goes for Christmas. And I got a album, like an empty album I ordered off Amazon, and I printed out a bunch of pictures that I had. I took all of the little memorabilias like Polaroids or tickets or whatever it is and added it into a little like photo album. And I put some notes in there. I took my time. It was really fun, honestly. I'm a crafty person at heart. I just never go out of my way to do crafts, but that was a really fun DIY thing to do. I also saw a lot of fun like personalized photo album things where you do that essentially but put it in like a frame. Even baking something for someone, creating something, this really comes down to your own creativity and skill levels. Yeah. I think those are all really good ideas. And last but not freaking least, guys, gift cards are not bad. I'm always so grateful to get a gift card for a store that I like go to a lot, because it gives you the chance to freely shop and purchase something on your terms, like that you actually want. I'm a fan of gift cards. I don't think it's a heartless present. I think if anything, you're prioritizing the person what they want. So yeah, those were my ideas for gifts. Hopefully these ideas helped. If you guys are watching on YouTube, give some ideas down below, because it could be really productive to share some wish list ideas, things that you want yourself and or things that you're thinking of getting other people in your life. Regardless of all of this was a very flip-floppy episode. We went into very different subjects. But if we wanted to grab a moral of the story, it would really be to take this time for yourself to de-stress, to relax, to find time to reflect, plan, set goals, set intentions, and be very mindful of your mentality and how you've lived this past year and how you would like to live your next year. And I don't know, I get very happy during this time of the year. Although, it's not the most beautiful weather, it's not the most beautiful time, but I feel very close and happy with the people I'm around, if that makes sense. There's a big emphasis on spending time with your loved ones and really appreciating that time. And if you are in a position where you don't have that opportunity, my heart genuinely goes out to you, but I do hope you take the time to at least spend that time and give that love to yourself. Okay, guys, I love you all so much. Have a great Christmas. I hope you enjoy your holiday week and time off. I will be obviously taking Christmas Day off, and since the following week is New Year's, I might upload a different time next week. But keep updated with me on Instagram at Between You and Me Podcast, and I'll talk to you guys in my next episode. Bye. Love you.